So, good morning everyone. Today we are discussing about the next topic of second unit of the subject smart system automation, that is architecture of home automation system. On completion of this presentation you must understand about certain architecture of home automation. So, in the architecture, there are three type of systems: centralized home automation system, distributed home automation system, and hybrid home automation system. First one is what? Centralized home automation system. The basic thing in this centralized home automation system is it is managed by a central controller or a hub. All smart devices are controlled and coordinated by that cell. We have a centralized system. All the other devices are connected to this centralized system. Hub decide what action to take based on the data received from that sensors and give this to all other nodes. Sensors are devices that detect environmental conditions such as temperature, humidity, that is basically a sensor is. So, according to the control instruction received from the hub, the actions are carried out by the actuators. Actuators are devices associated with appliances to change their state. The advantages of a centralized system are its ease of commissioning, as there is no need to program individual device, and ease of control. That is, we have a hub. All the devices are connected to that hub. That is basically a centralized system. Next is distributed home automation system. This is exact opposite that of concept of a centralized system. In a distributed home automation system, each device has its own processor and memory to process data. Also, the devices are not dependent on a centralized control for processing. The lack of single point control allows this type of system more flexibility, scalability, and reliability, but depend on more complex configuration and coordination. So, next is hybrid automation system. This is the cross platform architecture that has the feature of both the centralized and distributed system. The approach combines the best aspect of centralized and distributed architecture while mitigating their respective limitations. Next is the architecture of a home automation system. We have two units: central control unit and room control unit. First is central control unit. The central control unit is the hub and brain of home automation. This is main unit responsible for monitoring the complete home automation system. It interfaces with the other blocks to perform required tasks. The most common interface are on a CCU. Some of these interfaces are optional and are used as per the system and user requirements. So, this is the diagram of a centralized controller. We have a central system, all the sensors, AFE, RDA sensor, RDA decoder, remote connectivity, RTC, power monitor, button for manual control, NFC, drivers, Bluetooth, local connectivity, all are connected to a centralized control system. So, we have certain sensors. All the environment are detected by using the sensors, and AFE means analog front end, output signal coming from the sensors by filtering out noise and providing required gain to the signal. That means we have to filter all the noise and we get a good data, good sensor data. We use AFE. Next is remote connectivity. Depend on need and various design consideration, user may need to be able to control the system and appliances remotely. The two most common way of doing that: GSM based mobile telephony and the internet. Next is local connectivity. The CCU and RCU need to communicate with other periodical as well as when event occur. So we need a local connectivity. Next is manual control. Home automation system, there are a situation when user need to manually control some appliances. Keypads and infrared remotes are most commonly used for provide system control to users. Next is real-time clock. The home automation system must be able to control appliances based on time requirements, so we use that real-time clock. Next is NFC interface, that is near field used for proximity communication. The technology is quickly gaining traction in embedded applications for communication and information training. Next is power monitor. To check the instantaneous power supply voltage, this block brings down the voltage level of power supply to a level where the system can monitor is using an ADC. Next unit is room control unit. Control the application in a particular room. It has set of sensors to sense the surrounding, and we have this system control the particular room surrounding. Based on current condition, it can be decided upon a course of action. The certain components are same. Some components are same as that of a room control: drivers, buttons for manual control, local connectivity, IRDA decoder, IRDA sensor, certain sensor and AFE is there. Certain buttons are used to direct control the appliances, enabling the user to direct switch on or off any appliances using a switchboard. Next is infrared sensor or decoder. Receive IR signal and the decoder convert them into actions such as turning on or off light, triggering an alert, etc. So that's all about the architecture of a home automation system. So hope all of you understand about that. That's all. Thank you.